Hi guys, welcome to Unit 9, Lesson 6. This is your last new lesson of the year. Congratulations. Comparing data distributions. Okay, so we've talked about several different types of data distribution, and in terms of math, distribution means the shape and spread of data values on a visual display. Okay, so the type that we're going to look at first is something called a dot plot. But just as a review, mean, that's like the average, okay? That's the average. So that's where you add them together and then divide by how many numbers you added. Median is the middle. Mode means the most. And then the range is the largest minus the smallest numbers in your data set. Okay, so just super quick review over those terms. Let's look at some examples. This first one, this is number 1 on your practice. We're comparing data from 2 different movies. All right, it says the dot plots show the ages in years of people watching 2 movies at a local theater. Find the median age of the people who watch each movie. So again, if we come back up to median, median means the middle. Now, there's a couple different ways that you could do this. You could try to eliminate them and get down to the middle. I still prefer to write them all out. That way I can see it. So that's what I'm going to do, because especially it can get confusing if you have multiple values of the same number or amounts of the same number. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to write them all out. Let's see, we have a 17, an 18, we have 3 20s, 20-year-olds, 1 21-year-old, 1 22-year-old, 2 23-year-olds, no 24-year-olds. Then we've got 25, 26, and then 28, 29. And then we come up here to 32, 33, well, I'm running out of room, 35, 36, 38, oh, I was so close, and then 40 and 43. Okay, so with that, I'm going to work my way towards the middle. So I'm going to cross one off from each side. This is just the process that I like. I mean, maybe it's not the most, I don't know, groundbreaking method, but it works for me. Let's see, right now I should have 5. Yeah, I should have 5 off from each side. There's number 6. You just got to make sure you do 1 from each side. Okay, we're down to 2 numbers in the middle, 25 and 26. So we have to find the distance between them, which would be 25.5. That's right in the middle of those. So 25.5 years old, so 25 and a half. Now I'm going to do the same thing for movie number 2. Let's see, we've got a 25-year-old, 28-year-old, 2 30s, a 32-year-old, 2 34-year-olds, 1 35, 1 36, 2 37s, 3 40s, a 42-year-old, a 43-year-old, 45, 47, 48, and 50. Ooh, I got those to fit. Okay, now same thing. Cross one off from each side. Again, just making sure I'm doing 1 from each side with each turn. Oh, look at that. We got 2 37s in the middle. So if we average those together, we're still just at 37. So those would be your medians for those 2 movies, and that being your final answer. All right, let's look at number 2. And this is number 5 on your practice. 10 randomly selected people were asked to join a fitness group. Over the next 2 weeks, they were tested on how many push-ups they could do. The data shows the number of push-ups they did over the 2 weeks. What is each week's range? So we've got these numbers for each week. For range, we're finding the highest minus the lowest. So for week 1, the highest value I see is 15. Lowest looks like 5. So 15 minus 5, that would give us a range of 10. And then week 2, highest looks like 18. Lowest is 7. So 18 minus 7, which would give us a range of 11. That's it. All right, the last one we're going to talk about today is number 1 on your quick check. So we've got 2 different dot plots. One of them talks about the weight in pounds for cats, and then the other looks at the weight in pounds for small dogs. Okay? So we can see just by looking at this, it looks like the majority were about 11 pounds. That's a nice bell curve right there. They ranged from 13 down to 9, or 9 to 13, and then from 8 to 15 pounds for small dogs, most of them being down on this end. Okay? So based on an informal assessment of the visual overlap of these distributions, which animal has the least variability in their weights? Okay, least variability. So when you hear a term like that, it's referring to the range. Okay, so what I even talked a little bit about it already just quickly, right? For the range for cats, we would do 13 minus 9, which gives us a 4-pound difference. And then for dogs, we have 15 minus 8, which gives us a 7-pound difference. So right off the bat, cats have a smaller variability because they have a smaller range. Okay, that's what that is referring to. So, but then it says, let's say, which animal has the least variability? Well, cats, okay. But then it says why. So first off, we can cross these 2 off right away because the answer is not small dogs, right? So we've already eliminated half of the answers. Now we just need to figure out the reasoning behind it. So the first one says cats because the range of their weights is less than that of small dogs. Or the second one, cats because the range of their weights is greater than that of small dogs. Well, we already know based on this that 4 is smaller than 7, so this one would be our final answer. Okay, you guys, after this, you just have your practice and your test, and then you are officially done with math for the semester. Let me know if you need extra help, and otherwise have an awesome day.